what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Sensibly Cynical podcast. Well, for today, though, it is Sensibly Cynical Bars, part 2. 2.5 years ago or so, I had Stoner the Villain on the podcast. He is a dear friend of mine, rapper out of California, Bay Area, Oakland. Shout out to the Raiders and the Warriors, of course, for winning the NBA championship. But not too long ago, he came on the podcast to talk about his journey in life, really, since he was asked on the podcast, what he's been up to, with his YouTube channel, and much more. So just let's get to it. Enjoy Sensibly Cynical Bars, Part 2. Joining me now, first time on the podcast since, I believe it was November 17th of 2020.
Yep.
Stoner the Villain, Sensibly Cynical Part 2, bro. Bars,
man. Hey, I appreciate you for having me, man. I appreciate you for appreciating me.
Yeah, and man.
Look, 2 years later, man, we're still on the grind, man. There's progression, and I like it. Cheers.
This is episode 191.
Oh my gosh.
Right now, I do want to apologize to the people that were excited for us to go live on Instagram for this. It didn't work out. We're recording this on June 12th of 2022. And I want to personally apologize because we had a few people that were looking forward to this.
Yeah.
And I want to apologize. But this is going to be a good episode nonetheless.
And I want to apologize because the technical difficulties was on me. Instagram banned me. I don't know why. They didn't want it to happen live.
Well, we don't have to go into details,
We don't have to go into details, but technical difficulties is the IT's job.
Yeah. Well, listen, in 10 years it'll all be medicinal,
Yeah. For make a long story short, yeah.
In 10 years it'll all be medicinal and no one will give a shit,
Yeah.
So let's get to the episode. Let's just start with it. I have a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 artists.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, sir, give me the first adjective that comes to mind when I mention their name. And these are all, I didn't tell you the list, right?
Okay.
For those listening, will you confirm that you have no idea what these 10 names are going to be?
I don't. I have no clue, and I'm nervous. Because you might test my what's the word? My arsenal. My.
Your library of knowledge.
I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to music. I'll say that. But
all right.
Okay.
Eminem.
Versatile.
Drake.
Communicative.
Kendrick Lamar.
Legendary.
Snoop.
The Godfather.
50.
The smartest troll in America.
It's true. J. Cole.
One of the most slept on artists known to man.
Wayne.
One of the dopest rappers with punchlines.
Nicki Minaj.
Unappreciative.
Cardi B.
Transparent.
And last but not least, Busta Rhymes.
One of the leaders of the new school.
Yeah, I would agree. Now, I want to keep it there because I went on your YouTube and Third Eye Vision, right? FVS.
Third Eye Vision. Yes.
You did a cover of Where My Eyes Can See Me. Is that correct?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Why that song? Why that song, man? What was going on there?
What was going on at that time? It was quarantine. You know what I mean? We were in the house. So like I said, last time, it was just about just pushing everything that I wrote down and just giving people what, just therapy and just giving out content and just kind of just shooting with my eyes closed. And I love beats. I love them. So I was watching a freestyle Her name was Young M.A. She was on the LA Leakers, and they played that beat. And I was like, oh, I was like, let me see what I could do. You know what I mean? Like, if anybody knows me, they know if I hear a song I like, I'm going straight to YouTube to find an instrumental. So I did that, and I wrote to it, and I kind of spazzed out on it. And I'm not sure how many views I got on it, but it did pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it. And then
he's a real spitter.
Right. And exactly, man. And here's the thing. It don't matter like where you come from, whatever. If you got bars, you got bars. You know what I mean?
You got bars. Bars has no sex behind it, no creed, no. It's just straight. You know, if you got bars, you have bars. And what is bars? You know.
So what you been up to since November 17th of 2020? So
I've been getting pretty much reality checks, life on life's terms. So I've, as much as I want to put my energy into my craft and, my content, life also, rears its ugly head and its beautiful head at the same time. So I took a hiatus. Like, I kind of just had to get my life together. But at the same time, I'm now, my little 100 and something subscribers on YouTube. We're at like 257.
Right.
I was at 900. I was at like 800 followers last time I talked to you. I'm at like 12, 11.
Yeah. I see you've done a couple of non-musical videos too, right?
Yeah.
This is about what's going on in society, or talk about those if you don't mind. If you don't want to.
It's what, like, I like to, like, when it comes to that, it's just giving my insight on certain things. And one thing that I push is just people being open-minded. Everybody is either far left, far right. Everybody's him, everybody's her. Everybody wants to put labels on themselves.
Them, they, in honor of Pride Month.
And happy Pride Month.
Exactly. I don't judge,
For sure. That's you know what I mean? For them to get their flowers is a beautiful thing. And so I'd like to talk about what really bothers me. And I don't pay attention to it too much, but it's just, everybody is just like, they're not meeting a common ground when you have liberals talking to conservatives, or I mean, when you have people trying to just put themselves in this little bubble, when really what we need to do is understand that everybody has their own opinion, everybody has their own truth, and what we need to do is just accept each other. But what we want to do is we want to fight teeth and nail about it and push it down each other's throats. So my biggest thing is just, we're going to be fighting forever if we can't just be like, you know what, your mind, the way you think about this is different than me, but I can accept that. And then I can accept you.
The thing about society is, man, I think this whole social media age hasn't helped.
Nope.
Attention spans are shorter than ever.
Yep.
Everything's a reel on Instagram.
Yes, everything's a reel on Instagram, Facebook. Everything is looking like each other. Instagram has a story. Facebook has a story. Everybody has a story.
This whiskey has a story.
This IPA has a story.
Yeah. So everything's good, man. It's good. It's good talking to you, man. To be honest, we don't talk as much as we used to.
No, because we're busy.
Yeah. Well, I got a new job.
Ooh.
I can't really go into details, but
okay.
But I do have a new job.
Okay. Okay, so I have a question for you.
Have you noticed I haven't been on as much and texting and stuff? You noticed that? I used to blow you up all the time.
Son, you used to. And that was a given. I was sometimes sitting on my phone waiting for some notification, and if nobody texted me or called me that day, I was for surely getting the message from you.
Hey, someone's, but hey, now, now you're all set personally, so.
Yeah. And you got your,
Our relation, you dumped me, so I understand.
You were my best friend in the quarantine, bro.
Yeah. So remind people where you from, man.
I am from the Bay Area, born in San Francisco, and anywhere in, spent time anywhere in between.
Shout out to the Golden State Warriors.
Oh yeah, shout out to the GOAT. They're kind of looking like I was thinking like, oh, they're done. They're done. But then again, it's like that 3-point shot is going to kill that dunk or that layup or that long range 2-pointer every time. And I don't think that has anything to do with injury. Like, as long as you can shoot a ball, you're gonna win. So it's like they're taking it to another level, but I haven't really been paying attention to it. But I could definitely see it since I work in San Francisco. It's just super crazy. It's crazy out there right now.
Is everyone talking about it and stuff?
Oh yeah, everybody's talking about it. Every time I work.
I mean, I would hope so. It's the NBA Finals. I would hope so.
I work 2 blocks down from the stadium, so it's
hey man. Hey, Chef Curry, bro, he be whipping people up, man.
I thought he was done
making that souffle all over the people, bro.
They totally rebuilt that team too.
Did you hear Draymond Green has his own podcast? You hear about that bullshit?
Everybody.
What's your thoughts on all that? Hold on. It's not just Draymond Green. I got a good question for you before we continue. Because I saw a video, Stephen A. Smith. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
And and it was a question that I wasn't going to ask you, but now that we're talking about it, I got a good question for you. What's your thoughts on players having their own media, not going to all these other people like newspapers like it was in the 80s? Like, all right, fuck it. I can pay people to edit my show. They have millions of dollars. Draymond Green talks on a microphone for 30 minutes, pays this guy, I don't know, it's not 7 figures, but it could be. And he edits and puts it out. His own story. He doesn't, you don't got to worry about people fluffing it up or, what's your thoughts on all that? Players doing it now.
I like it. I like it because it's another way. For one, you already know it's another way of income. And then, everybody has something to talk about. That's the point of a podcast. Everybody has something to talk about. You know what I mean? And who started it? Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah, those two really got it going. Yeah.
For players to have podcasts.
And then my guy Fred Taylor, he was involved in it too.
Oh, word.
But so football too.
It's like so that question you asked me is like, it's like you asking me, what do I think about people just, people thinking that this rap shit is easy. People who are just wanting to, people who don't know anything or don't respect it or whatever.
I respect it. I said don't know anything about it. You caught me. I mean, I don't know anything. Not respect it. You caught me off.
That question you asked me was real. That was from somebody who really does this shit all out the mud. Like, but it's because of his face. Of course, it's because I like it though. My focus is more on the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah, now they turned into Vegas.
No, I know. Sean, don't break my heart now. Let me look. I'm still grieving that they left us, the Warriors left us. All we have is the A's.
Talk about Raiders history. You were big Bo Jackson, right? Remember him?
Big on Bo Jackson. I was I'm a little bit younger, so I could take you back to the Rich Gannon days when we had Tom Gruden the first time. I could take you back to Tim Brown. I could take you back to when we had Randy Moss. We've had a lot of drama.
Near misses too. They lost to the Bucks in the Super Bowl. Near miss. I'm sorry, bro.
No, I was a little kid. And when I woke up that morning and I was just bugging my grandma. The Raiders are playing. The Raiders are playing. We got to go home straight after church. We got to go. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And when they lost, that's the first time I really ever cried. You know what I mean? Like,
well, this was before the Warriors were good. The Warriors were bad for a long time. People don't realize this. I don't blame you for being a Raiders fan, because Warriors were just so bad that people were like, screw it, right over there.
And if you know anything about like those stadiums, the Raiders stadium,
they were legit.
And the Warriors, the buildings that they played in were right next door to each other.
Yeah.
You had the Coliseum and then you had the stadium. One the Raiders played in, and you take 10 steps right next door, that's where the fucking Warriors played. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, and the A's. So it's like, you know.
Oh, the A's. Yeah, I can't forget the A's.
Yeah.
The A's. Oakland Athletics. Yeah, they're still there. They're still there. Actually, they're pretty good. They're underrated. They're underrated, but you know, they gotta come up. Well, let's get to let's get back on track onto music. So okay. We talked about this a little bit in the beginning. So when did you first realize that you had talent, like just spit off the cuff?
When I first realized that I was good at it was whenever I practiced it or whenever I spit a verse, I had no nervousness to me. It took having confidence in myself, but I knew it by the reactions on people's faces.
Right.
You know what I mean? I knew it when I had, like, you know, like Kobe, I knew it when I started becoming obsessive over it. I knew I had talent when, you know what I mean? Like, that was a good fucking question. God damn it. I continue to figure that out as I go is the best answer I can give you. As hard as I am on myself, I'm just as easy. I'm my biggest fan and my worst critic at the same time. But as I continue to grow with the music, I'm starting to get a bigger picture of, okay, like, let's not put too much on ourselves and let's go somewhere. Like, let's not put our shit on YouTube. Let's get to Spotify, like Sensibly Cynical. I'm trying to get like you.
Exactly. Thanks for the plug.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look.
It's not like they're listening to Sensibly Cynical right now.
They are. Look, bro, I invited two people. I invited Wavy and I invited my cousin.
Yeah, and it sucks that we didn't.
No, to the Zoom. I gave him the link to the Zoom.
Oh, I didn't know that you could. Oh, I didn't know all that. Wavy's cool, man. I'm a big fan. I had him on the podcast.
Hey, shout out to Wavy, man. Like, hey, man, we need to do something. Wavy. We need to do
I think that you two would vibe really well, like on a single.
He's from where?
New York.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah. I kind of like when
I interviewed him like 2 years ago, so you had to stretch my brain there.
I remember tapping into that one. I remember.
I appreciate that.
I remember you also tuned in with some like light-skinned black chick.
I interviewed a lot of artists, man. That's probably most of it.
He said, "Look, you booked up, huh? You're all booked up, huh?"
Not booked up. It's just I have a few agency contacts. So basically what happens for those that I'm going to give you a little scoop here. So basically what happens is these agencies, I'm not going to go into details because one's probably listening right now, but what I'm going to say is that they get your contact information and they sign artists to, some are developmental deals, but some are legit deals.
Yes.
200, bro. It's fucking on the horizon. That's wild.
This is Sensibly Cynical Bars / Sensibly Cynical Reunion. Because I haven't
episode 191.
191.
Here's what's gonna happen. I'm going to play an ad.
Okay.
promoting, you know, the upcoming episodes.
Okay.
And we'll be right back for the ending of this Sensibly Cynical Bars Part 2 with my bro, Stoner the Villain, right after this.
Right after this.
Hey there, what's going on, y'all? Hope you are enjoying Sensibly Cynical Bars Part 2. Coming soon is episode 200 of the Sensibly Cynical Podcast. I am so stoked. Dolores Gibbs is actually going to be my co-host. Breaking news. I'm going to have an AMA, Ask Me Anything. So if you want to ask Mr. Cynical Sensibly, a.k.a. yours truly, Sean, host of the Sensibly Cynical Podcast, which you obviously know because you are listening to it as I speak. But anyways, if you have a question for me to answer on episode 200, email them in sensiblycynicalpodcast@gmail.com. Now, back to Sensibly Cynical Bars. And we are back. Sensibly Cynical Bars, Part 2. So, Nicki Minaj, why do you think that she is unappreciated?
I said she was unappreciative.
Oh, okay. Put me in my place, bro. Put me in my place.
I say that to say before her, you had a rapper named Trina, you had a Remy Ma, but before that, you had a chick named Little Kim who broke. Like before Little Kim, we had MC Lyte, we had Queen Latifah. Women were rapping about being queens and women empowerment. Little Kim comes and she starts talking sexual. She blazed the pathway for the females who are out now. No disrespect to them, who talk about sexual bars, sensibly cynical sexual bars. You know, tap into the podcast.
Sensibly sensual, not cynical. Sensibly
sensual. Consensual. No, I'm just kidding. But
well, it's all consensual. Everything's consensual.
You know, this is my choice.
Well, let's keep it 100. You know,
I say that because you have to give flowers to your predecessors.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like, there was a time where her and Lil' Kim were beefing, and not once did she say thank you to Lil' Kim for making what Nicki Minaj did at that time possible. That's why I say unappreciative. But other than that, Did
we talk about your cover of Fantasia on the podcast?
No. Oh,
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Like I said,
I see you.
It was a point where I was like,
so talk about that one. We talked about Busta Rhymes. Talk about what went into that cover.
What went into that cover was pretty much me. I like taking a beat that that wasn't rapped on, really, or just was really thought about or forgot about. So when I see you, like, I played this, it played on the radio, and I'm like, this beat in hindsight is hard as shit. And then I start freestyling, you ain't moving your feet with all that talk, how you real, demonstrate and lead. I feel like you should know that. I tell my sisters I love them, and yeah, they know that. Kick a dough down to the flow mat, ball fade, switcher full of grades.
That's so underrated of a song too.
It is.
So this is. Are you ready? Then we faded to black. Yeah.
Let's do it.
So how about we do that? And then I will take this. This can be a decent edit, actually. But cool. Where can people find you on YouTube?
You can find me at Third Eye Vision FVS. I'm pretty sure you'll put the link in the
show notes. Yeah.
My Instagram is Stoner the Villain. My email is kipsmithers@gmail.com, and you can find me on any of those platforms for the most part.
All right, and this is Sean, host of the Sensibly Cynical Podcast. And you can check us out on Twitter at Cynical Sensibly. Instagram is Sensibly Cynical Pod. And if you want to be on the 200th episode, I'm letting people come on the show if they want to. Send me an email, sensiblycynicalpodcast@gmail.com. And Stoner the Villain, are you going to close us out here? Fade the black?
All right, we're gonna fade to black, man. Hey,
Exit stage left, like you said last time. I remember you saying that last time.
I'm gonna exit stage left, but I want to say, look, I want to say, Sensibly Cynical Podcast. Thank you for having me on here. Don't you stop. Keep the same energy, progression, bro. That's it, man.
This Kate Watson podcast could be the launching point.
And I'll help you plug that shit too.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good episode. I have to be on my top of my game.
My 1,000 makes 5,000.
All right, Stoner the villain. Are you ready to take us to the end?
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stoner the villain.
Shout out to Wild Boy Wavy. I'm on my way. Sometimes I need to get away, and take a break. Stressing. Sometimes I need to get away. I cross him over like Kobe, hit him with a fadeaway. Then fade away. Hey, check it. Yo, I had to manifest it. This FVS shit was a joke till we applied the pressure. I know my granny praying for me. I got God protection. I tell my sister that I love him and I'll slide whenever. I'm trying to make my brother proud and get my mind together. So if I've been distant, don't take it personal. I'm rising levels. I really do this shit. Kobe, yeah, it's off the dribble. Yeah, I got my right to die with me. Really ready to slide with me. Tell a lie for her, never lied to me. Yeah, I always got her right with me, on the side with me, villain with you in it for. Addicted to spitting lyrics, I can't let it go. This is where I triangles with the pick and roll. Shoot my shot with a 40 in hand and set it off. While I set it off, Sensibly Cynical Bars.
All right, that's it. Adios.
Adios.